Great. Okay, hey everyone. So I'm sorry I missed Tuesday. As I said, my son had a positive case in his daycare class, so we are in quarantine, and my husband had a call at noon, and so I was not able to pacifier to teach. So today, to make up for it, we're going to do a combination barre and yoga class. So we're going to do a barre workout to begin with, and then we're going to integrate some core work into a yoga workout. So as always, you will need some little weights or some water bottles if you don't have little weights, a chair or something for stability. I have my my paper plates for gliders and a little ball, but the little ball is optional. I'm not actually sure I'm using it today. So let's start by getting ourselves set up in our posture, feet under the hips. Start to engage those inner thighs as though you were going to draw the legs together, although don't actually do it. Engage the core to just flatten that spine a few degrees. We're not tucking, we're not squinching the glutes, we're engaging the core. Lift the rib cage up off the waist, roll the shoulder blades down the back, chin level with the floor, back of the head over the back of the spine. Feel this beautiful posture that we are going to keep throughout this class that will hopefully carry us over into the rest of our day. So let's start with a warm-up. We are going to start in first position. So heels are together, toes are open. Only open as much so that if you were to come into plie, you could still see your big toes on the inside of your feet. And we are going to do a tendu, dégagé, battement. So a tendu is just touching your toe on the floor in front of you, sliding your foot. A dégagé, you disengage from the ground. And a battement is a full straight-legged kick. Doing it on the other side, tendu, dégagé, battement. All right, we're going to come up to speed now. Tendu, dégagé, battement. Tendu, dégagé, battement. Tendu, dégagé, battement. Touch, lift, kick, touch, lift, kick, touch, lift, kick, keeping a straight leg, lift, kick, holding onto that core to control the movement of your upper body. Just working within your own range of motion. Dégagé, battement, two more steps. Tendu, dégagé, battement, tendu, dégagé, battement, last set, tendu, dégagé, battement, tendu, dégagé, battement. Nice. For our next warm up, we're going to do a squat with an alternating arm circle. So feet hip distance. Come down into the squat. As you come up, lift that arm. Squat, lift the other arm. Squat, lift, squat, lift. So start to engage your core in this lift to really open up your body. This is more of a modern movement than a ballet movement, but it's actually a really great warm-up move. Squat, open, squat, open, squat, lift that arm. You're kind of bending over to the other side, engaging this obliques here. 4, open. 3, open. 2, open. Last one, open up. Nice. So this is where our barre portion is a little bit abbreviated. So we're going to move right to our arms. So we're going to do fewer reps than we would normally do, but I wanted to get all of our exercises in. So we're going to start with our 90-degree raise countdown. Get reset in your posture, feet under hips, strong core, roll the shoulder blades back. When we move our body, when we move, only our arms move, no movement of the body here, only arms. So let's start with our countdown. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. Now 1, 1, 1. Not moving that body, not moving that torso. Strong hold on the core to stabilize yourself. No swiveling, just moving those arms for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. Coming down to some tricep work. Getting set up here, feet under hips, soft bend in the knee, hinging at the hip, strong, straight spine, holding up from above, lifting up from the core, below your body. Roll your shoulder blades back. We're gonna start by extending our arms, hands facing in, and we're just gonna drop one arm, drop the other. So keeping both of those hands up above the booty if you can, dropping one at a time, squeezing the shoulder blades together, really having that chest open, working those triceps, push, 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 nice, push, 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 keep it going, push, push, 4, 3, 2, 1, both arms lift, 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 palms still facing center, lift, 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 keep going, lift, 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 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, we're not done, 2, and 1, palms up, reach together, 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 reach together, strong core still, together, not dropping that head, together for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release, nice. Straight into our second position, plie to press, feet super wide, open, coming down into that plie, arms up, plie, press up, plie, press up, plie, press up, nice. So in our plie, what you want to feel is your knees pushing out. That should be the only focus here. Knees pushing straight out, everything else will follow. Your glutes will drop behind you and your spine will stay as tall and straight as possible. 4, 3, 2, 1, drop down to your plie, hold it here. Lift and lower, lift and lower. This is a lot harder to do down in the plie. Holding onto the core to lift your body up. So if you're not engaging your core, you're kind of here. If you engage that core and recommit to those open knees, you can lift your body up tall. Work it, keep it going, pressing, nice. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Nice. Coming into bicep work. Feet parallel underneath your hips. We're going to start with our arms out. Arms are going to stay up the whole time. Just bring those arms in a bicep curl. Trying to have your elbows up high, parallel with the shoulders. Nice. Pretty simple until your arms have been up here for a while. Keep open, open. There we go. 4 more like this. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep them up front. Lift. Nice. So here in the front, it's even more important that you engage your core to keep that nice tall posture. Back of the head over back of the spine. Strong legs. Lift, lift. If your shoulders are bothering you, definitely drop your elbows down here and do a more traditional bicep. If your shoulders are just burning, but not hurting, keep it up here. For 4, 3, 2, we're not done. 1, open, 1, 2, 3, 4, front, 1, 2, 3, 4, side, 1, 2, 3, 4, front, 1, 2, 3, 4, just one more set, 1, 2, 3, 4, last set, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're done. Nice, guys. I was definitely feeling that. Our last arm move before we go on to our bar work for more lower body engagement is the fly. So same position as our triceps, behind, soft knees, strong core. Here we're going to roll the shoulder blades down the back, raise the arms up into a fly, squeezing the shoulder blades, drop one arm, drop the other. Drop, drop, nice job. Drop, drop, beautiful, you guys. Fly, 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 keep going, fly, fly. And again, if your shoulders are hurting, definitely keep both arms down and lift up only within your range of motion. If they're just burning, keep going. 4, 3, 2, we're not done. 1, keep it up here to pulse. Pulse, pulse, pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful job, you guys. You made it through our speed arms. Let's come to our speed bar. So I'm going to get my chair set up here. We are going to start with a curtsy lunge. So one glider or paper plate or other item of your choice that will help you glide your foot across the floor. We're going to face the bar. Starting with the glider, I'm going to start with it under my right foot. Curtsy behind, slide it out. So with this curtsy, the important thing is the position of your hips. I want your hips to continue to face straight toward your chair. So they want to open up into this effacé position. That's not what we're doing today. We are keeping our hips square. That means that your thighs are really squeezed together. So curtsy lunge, curtsy, crossing that foot behind, curtsy, 4, open, 3, open, 2, open, last one, stay here, and we pulse, pulse, pulse. If you feel good about your balance, you can lift your arms up off your chair or bar, pulse, 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 8, 7, 6, 5, we're not going to be done, 4, 3, 2, hold here. Again, if you're confident in your balance or you want to challenge it, lift up the heel of that front foot so that you're on both toes here. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I had a nice shake going there. Let's switch to the other side. Now I have the plate under my left foot. Curtsy and out. Curtsy with those hips facing straight toward your chair by not letting them change positions. Curtsy and out. Curtsy and out. Nice. Curtsy and out. Keep it going. Deep, deep, deep curtsy. Nice wide cross behind. 4. Tall spine. Try not to lean forward towards your bar. 2, 1, stay here, and we pulse. Pulse, pulse. Take your balance if you can. Pulse, pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Challenge your balance here in this hold by lifting that front heel for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Nice job. Keeping that glider or paper plate here. Now we are going to open our hips. We're going to do a rear arabesque to a side open. So the plate or glider will be under your standing foot. You'll be facing your bar or chair, coming into a rear arabesque. So that just means that your leg is straight behind you. For a rear arabesque, your hips should both be facing straight toward the floor. But now we are going to take that leg, we're going to open onto it to the side. Come back to your arabesque, open to the side. Arabesque, open to the side. So trying to keep your leg at the same place in space. So that may mean you need to drop down on this arabesque to keep it in the same place when you open to the side. That is totally fine. What I'm looking for here is the control. I'm looking for keeping that leg in the air. I'm looking for a strong engagement of that inner thigh as you rotate. 4, open. 3, open. 2, open. Last one, we're going to stay opened. Pulse, pulse, pulse. So your leg is parallel. Your foot is parallel to the floor. It's not pointing up, parallel to the floor. So you should feel this pulse right here, right here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switching to the other side. Glider under the other foot. I see I missed a truck book when I was cleaning up for this class. So we're going to start in that rear arabesque, open to the side. Rear arabesque, let's get more next to the camera. Open to the side. Arabesque, open to the side. Arabesque, open to the side. So really keeping that leg engaged. That standing leg is working too. It is doing a lot of work to keep you grounded in the floor. 8, 7, open. 6, open. 5, open. 4, open. 3, open. 2, open. Last one. Stay open, foot parallel, lift, lift, lift. Engaged core, lift, lift, lift. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Next bar move is going to be a side lunge. We are going to be bending the standing knee. Here, so you can see a little better. We'll be bending that standing knee. So glider under the foot, side lunge, lift up. Side lunge, lift up. Side lunge, nice. So you can, if you want to have a more traditional side lunge, you can skip the glider and put more weight on that foot that's at the outside. So this is kind of a combination between a side lunge and a single leg squat. Because all the work right here, well, a lot of the work is in the standing, bending knee. Side lunge, out. Side lunge, nice job. 8, 7, 6, coming up tall at the end. 5, and you can use your chair, but if you have your balance, you don't need to use it for anything. 3, 2, 1, hold here, pulse, pulse, pulse. That standing knee is pulse, pulse, pulse. For 8, 7, 6, 5, we're not gonna be done. 4, 3, 2, 1. You might need your chair again. Tap, tap, tap. Still a bent knee on the standing leg. Tap, tap, tap. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand it up. Nice, you guys, beautiful. Other side. I have my chair at the ready. Standing knee bends. Out and in. Out and in. So when you're coming down into this lateral lunge, push the glutes behind. We don't want that knee creeping forward over the toes. We want to think about sitting back into that chair. Beautiful. Beautiful. Everyone's got such good alignment. I love what I'm seeing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay down here for pulse, 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 pulse. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Stay in this bent knee. 2, 1. Tap, 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 tap. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand it up. Shake it out. One last bar move before we come into the yoga and core portion of our series. And it's a very simple plie, plie, grand plie. And we'll just, so choose whichever side you want to hold on to. We're not going to switch sides. So our plie, our demi plie, we have our heels remaining on the floor, plie, coming down into our grand plie. So demi, demi, grand plie. Tall spine, not leaning forward. Knees push out, push out, push out. That leaves room to support your tall spine. Head staying straight up to the ceiling. Back of the head over back of the spine. Grand plie, demi, demi, grand plie. In our grand plie, we put our heels down, lift them up last, put them down first. Plie, plie, grand plie. 2 more, we're gonna stay down in that grand, plie, demi, grand plie, demi, demi. Stay down here, heels down, lift them up. Heels down, lift them up, down, up, down, up. I found myself leaning forward. I'm correcting that by engaging my core to stand straight up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Putting that chair or bar aside to make room for yourself to come into our yoga stretching and core portion. I'm going to put out my mat, mostly just so I know where the confines of the camera are. Move the truck book out of the way. Hopefully you'll be able to mostly see what I'm doing here. So we're just going to start with a quick sun salutation. Setting up your mat. You can be at the front of your mat, kind of in the middle just to stay in the camera. Feet under hips. Lifting up tall like we did at the beginning. Lift up the rib cage, shoulder blades down the back. Open the hands, chin level with the floor. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, fold down. Flat back with those hands. Exhale, fold. Rise back up with those arms. On an inhale, exhale, palms to heart center. This time we're going to come down, all the way down to the mat. Fold. Flat back. Palms to the mat. Step into a plank. Hold this plank here for 3 breaths. Because remember, this is yoga and core combined. You can always drop to your knees, of course. And again, you can drop to your knees for chaturanga, or you can stay on your toes, hug those elbows on the rib cage. Exhale to an up dog. Press here to a down dog. We are going to lift that right leg into the air. Step it all the way forward. Drop the back knee. Lift up tall. You can have your arms up. You can reach behind you and clasp your hands. I'm going to use this little piece of cloth here. Push your hips way forward in space. We're getting a nice stretch on these hip flexors here in this pose. So this is a modified crescent lunge. In a crescent lunge, we can be on our knees or on our toe in the back. To get a good stretch here, we're on the knee. Nice. Palms to the mat. Now we're going to lift up onto that back toe. You might need to step your front foot back so that it's right underneath the knee. And we are going to come into a single leg split. So keeping your fingertips or your fingers on the mat, push that back leg up into the air, into a balance. You can keep your fingertips down for balance. You can try to put one hand on your shin or ankle. You can try to put the other hand on your shin or ankle, holding here for balance. And fingertips back to the mat, step back, drop that toe down, step the other foot back, plank for 3 breaths. Chaturanga down, up dog, pushing back to down dog, dropping your head between your hands, glutes going up and behind you, feel that little bit of stretch on your hamstrings and the back of your thigh. Lift that left leg up, step it forward, drop the right knee down, foot flat on the mat, so tucking that toe back. Arms up if you would like. If you want some stretch in your chest, holding onto your fingers or in an improvised strap, pushing your hips way forward. So we don't want to just be in a neutral position here. Hips are pushed super forward until you feel the stretch right there on those hip flexors. Oh, I love this one. Feels so good. But all things must come to an end. Putting your palms or your fingertips on the mat, tuck that back toe under to come into a lunge position. Setting your hands or your fingertips a little bit in front of your foot. Push that back leg up into the air for a standing single leg split. You can keep your palms or your fingers on the floor for balance, or you can try to challenge your balance by holding onto your ankle or shin with one hand and then the other. And step back, bring that foot back on the mat, palms flat, step the other toe back. One more time, 3 breaths in this plank. And exhale, chaturanga. Up, inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Now we're going to step our feet all the way through our hands. And we're going to come to be seated on the mat. We're going to come into our boat pose here. So you can start with a supported boat. So this position here, always an option. Feet on the floor, hands on the floor. Next option, you can leave your hands on the mat, lift your legs up into the air at a 90-degree angle. Third option, arms up off the ground, all of the balance coming from your core. So really think about contracting strongly through that core. And fourth option is legs lifted in the air. Choosing your position for this boat. We'll hold here for 4 breaths. Nice. Set those feet down. Set those hands down. Lift up into a reverse tabletop to get an oppositional stretch there. You can drop your head back behind you, lifting those glutes way high in the air. Lift, lift, lift. And setting back down. Our next variation on the boat, we are going to have our back on the mat, legs up in the air and open, and we are going to stir the very big pot. Stir. So circle your arms as though you're holding a huge wooden spoon as you rotate your torso. 4 more this direction. 3, 2, 1, other direction. 4. Oh no, more than 4. I just counted down from 4. We're going to keep stirring. We do not want our dinner to burn. Now we'll go 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees. So that should have really felt some nice strong core engagement. And I think that will assist our last traditional boat. So when you're ready, rock up, get set up. You can be in supported boat pose or you can be in full boat pose, holding here again for 4 more breaths. If you'd like, you can open your toes into a first position. And release those legs, reach forward for the toes in a seated forward fold. You can drop your head here, just be careful of it if you feel like your heart rate is high, because we're coming to standing next. So I don't want you to black out on the way up. Draw those hands back onto the mat until you're sitting up tall. Stand up. Come into our mountain pose here, Tadasana. To get reset, we're going to do a humble warrior stretch here. So you can bring your palms into prayer behind you, or you can hug your elbows. Step your left foot forward. Your feet will probably be about 1.5 to 2 feet apart. You want hips distance and width. Inhale, as we inhale, we will look up, do a tiny, tiny back bend. In this tiny back bend, you are supporting yourself with your core. You're not putting all the weight on your lower back. Your core is lifting you up rather than letting you collapse down onto that spine. And as we exhale, keeping the hips even, come down into a fold. So you should feel a really beautiful stretch in that front hamstring and a little bit of a good stretch in the back calf. Humble warrior here, dropping your head in a deep bow as you exhale, trying to bring your torso closer to that front thigh. And slowly inhale your way up. Switch your feet. If you were clasping your arms together in the back, switch so that the other arm is on top. That'll probably feel unusual to you. We all have an instinctive direction that we choose. Lift up those front toes, set them down, lift up the back toes, let them set them down. Inhale up and over into that tiny back bend, supporting yourself from the front of your core, from your abs, so you're not putting pressure on your spine. And now exhale into that humble warrior. Thinking about trying to get your knee and your nose together. I'm not sure I will ever get there, but I will envision it and see if that helps make it happen. Make sure that your hips are even. You don't want that front hip opening because that will steal the stretch from you. Think about pushing the hip of the leg that's in front back toward the back. That will help even them out and really give you your maximum stretch here. And slowly rise it up. Oh yeah, I've got time. We have time. We are going to come back to our Tadasana. We're going to come back down to the mat. So inhale up. Exhale, swan dive and fold. You should feel a really nice depth in that fold here that we'll hold for a second after those humble warriors because they really opened up the back of our body. And inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms. Staying in this plank for a second. Feeling those inner thighs engaged, not dropping the head, reaching forward with the top of the head, pushing back with the heels. Beautiful plank, straight line. And now exhale in your chaturanga. Uphail to up, inhale to up dog, exhale to down dog. So we were working on our plank form. Well, let's keep that going. We're inhaling here, exhale to plank. Inhale, up dog, exhale to plank. Inhale up. And take this at your own breath pace. What we're trying to feel is the full range of motion for each of these poses. So when you push back into your up dog, you're really dropping your head down into your hands. You're trying to push your heels down to the mat. And when we come into this plank, you're getting maximum elongation between the top of the head and the back of the heels. So you're full height there, not letting any part of your body kink up and take away any of your height. 4, inhale. 3, inhale. 2, inhale. Last one. And coming to a tabletop position. Just a little bit of cat-cow here. Exhale, round that spine. Inhale, flatten the back, lift up the chin. Nice. You can wiggle your hips side to side, loosen up the spine some more. Again, coming all the way through, we're going to lay down on our back. This time we'll have feet together, knees open in a butterfly. So this is part of our stretch, but we're also going to bring some work into it. So let's have our hands crossed in front of us, and we're going to reach up. Just a little crunch up here to start, crunch up. And think about with your crunch, rather than thinking about like going over, think about going up. Think about lifting your forehead up to the sky. Lift, lift. And I feel like that helps engage your core a little better than just thinking about hinging forward. Lift. 4, 3, more like this. 2 more like this. Last one. Now we're going to take the opposite hand, tap the opposite knee. Tap, tap, and just tap as far as you can. You don't have to reach all the way to your knee. We don't want to close up our knees in order to do this. So if you have to close your knees to reach them, just keep them open. Keep them in this nice stretching position. Touch, 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 touch. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms outstretched behind you. Stretch out those legs into a nice long pencil stretch. Feel your body getting longer and longer and longer. We've really done a lot to take all of the stress out of our spine. Sitting back up, forward fold. See if you can get a little bit deeper this time than we could at the beginning. Nice. This time we can let the head drop down toward the legs. We're staying down here. We're almost to our Savasana. And one last strength move before we come to our Savasana. This is totally optional. We did a tabletop earlier. You can do a tabletop again. So feet flat on the mat, lifting back up, lifting those glutes up, or you can do a reverse plank and lift up. And the arms are, this always folds my mat. Lifting up, see if you can drop your head behind you to help you lift up your heels, or your hips higher into the air. Lifting, holding here for 3 breaths. And release. Coming all the way down to the floor into our Savasana, corpse pose for just a minute of relaxation and meditation. Lift your palms up to the sky. Lift up your shoulders and tuck your shoulder blades underneath you to open up that chest. Let the feet flap open. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Close your eyes and let your breathing and your heart rate slow. each exhale, feel yourself melting more and more into the floor. Feel more points of contact with the earth. And when you're ready, roll onto your side in a fetal position, using your arm as a pillow. Couple of breaths here. And keeping your eyes closed, push up to seated half lotus position. Resting your hands on your knees, lifting your palms up. You can have your thumb and forefinger together in the mudra. On an inhale, lift your head up so that it brings your whole spine along with it. Feel your lungs filling with air. And if you'd like, you can bring your palms to heart center. Inhale, on an exhale, open your eyes. Bring your palms to your forehead. If you'd like, you can join me in a bow. Thank you. Namaste. I appreciate you joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this hybrid format. I'm hoping I'll be able to teach Tuesday. We're supposed to be out of quarantine on Monday, but we don't have our test results yet.